Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for showing up here today. I want to make a quick, brief statement. I know everybody has many things to do. Of course, this press conference was, you guys were told there was a press conference here about a good half hour ago. But I just want to keep it brief and short with everybody right now. And kind of extinguish some of these rumors and what's been talked about. But I want to let everybody know that this has been a tough decision for me and with my family. And I just wanted to, making changes in your life is always difficult, and sometimes you wonder if it's going to work out. If there's, you never know what's behind that next corner. But after talking with, making this decision, not just about myself, but with my friends, my family, especially with my children, grandchildren, and of course my wife. I've now have decided that I'm going to go ahead and retire from coaching. I've loved this job and this and especially this sport for over 25 years. I've been a coach for seems like forever. But I wanted to let everyone know today that I am retiring, and I'm going to spend the remaining time that I have with my family, with my children, who of course are doing great things, and not just in sport, but in life, and along with and spend time with my grandchildren. I have many of them, and of course spend a lot of time with my lovely wife, Tanya here. As it's been a tough decision. And of anything, she's been my rock. We've been to so many different other schools, and of course has a brief stint in professional the NFL. And, working with them and stuff as a coach and a coordinator and stuff. But it's time for us to we're staying. We still have our home in Omaha, and we love it there and whatnot. But this old man's tired. I'm ready to spend my final years at close to home and with family and stuff. So I am retiring. I want to thank first and foremost. There's so many people to thank, and I apologize now if I don't happen to call out names and people that I've came in contact with, either hiring me or I've worked with as a coordinator or as a head, as a head coach, athletic director, so on and so forth. But if I miss any names, I do apologize. I will give you a call and thank you. But I want to first and foremost thank this school, Highland, for bringing me back here for the second stint here, and most importantly, the young men and women that have really, have really did a lot of things to make this journey that I'm on right now special. To all the trainers, coaches, assistant coaches, equipment managers, and then most importantly, the players. I want to thank them all. We had a great season. Really appreciate the boys, or I should say these young men, putting in the work and doing what they do and playing with the game they love. I try to still, life lessons and just stuff, but at the same time, I'm just like them. I'm still learning, developing, and changing over time. So first and foremost, I want to thank them for keeping me, active, keeping me, still having an open mind about things. I've been really grateful and thankful for people like that have been in my life and that have helped me in this journey and put me in the position I'm in today. I know a lot of I sit down with the players a couple days after the national championship game and letting them know that I was not going to be around as a coach or as an athletic director here at Highland. I told them that if they wanted to transfer, it would not offend me one so bit. Their allegiance to me, or whatever you want to call it, their loyalty or whatever it may be to the school or me, it does. If they want to leave, they can leave. I hope they don't leave, because right now they have a really good thing going on. There's a good chemistry, and honestly, I'm just a small speck into that chemistry there. I know people give coaches a lot of credit, but whatnot, and so on and so forth. But honestly, these young men they sacrifice a lot, their time, their patience, and most importantly, their bodies. And I want to thank them for, putting this team and this school on the map. And I want to congratulate them, because they put in the hard work. These are their championships. It's not mine. I just try to, as a guide, to try to help them and try to, help them boost their profile if they're trying to get into going to the next step, that being playing professionally football, not just here in the States, but throughout the world. The CFL and so many other things so many other leagues that are going on right now, and not to mention, helping them get it. Most importantly, become that first thing in a student athlete, which is a student, and becoming, getting their degrees. And that's one thing I always preach to them, going through this process, bringing in, freshmen and everything. I'm like, I want to make sure you get an education first, and then become that player that you want to be second. And obviously, you guys see my record of, student athletes becoming, if not becoming a professional athlete, but becoming a professional student, or I shouldn't say professional, but a professional in the field they want to go into once they leave this university or any other university I've been to and coached. And so hats off to them. But most importantly, I'm proud. I'm a proud father. All these people I've worked with, the players, they're my. I feel like they're my children, and I try to take great honor in that and pride in that. But yeah, this is a tough time today, and I want to, give credit where credit's due. These young men did a great job this season, and I'm hoping that they'll continue on. I know many of you are probably asking and wondering right now who the successor is going to be here at Highland, and I've talked to the president of the school, the athletic director, and several other board of director, board of governors, stuff like that. And I told them that I wanted my successor to be someone that is familiar with the university or the school, familiar with the players, familiar with how things are run here, to keep everything still the same, like it was, for the betterment of them, and whatnot. I told them that I would, stick around as a consultant, and only as a consultant now, not as a coach, not as athletic director, but someone that can give them advice that if they need it, or if they were in many cases, really overall, if they wanted it, and they said that they actually approached me about that, and I told them I love doing that, because I still want to be a part of the game, and help out as much as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, this old man needs to focus on other things in life right now, and that's my family, my wife, my children, and support them in their endeavors. My son, one of my sons, TJ, down there coaching in Jacksonville, and my other sons are Terrell's and working with a lot of NBA teams. My daughter just down the highway here in Kansas City, working with the Current as their head coach. So I want to support them and help them in any kind of way that they need help from Dad. But again, I want to thank the university. I want to thank Highland for again giving this old man another shot at coming back and try to help this school out and getting another chance to go for the national title. I want to thank all the other places I've been to, University of Texas, University of Virginia. Oh my goodness, there's so many others. I can't even name all of them right now, and I do apologize for that. I'm really trying to hold back my tears here as I'm trying to give this, and I'm trying to get this brief here. And most importantly, Nebraska. That was my first job as a coordinator, coaching assistant, and not to mention a former player there. And I do appreciate them giving me the chance to be able to work in this kind of field. I appreciate them very much, and I'm indebted to them for forever for helping me out and giving this young man a chance back in the which seems like forever ago, but back in the 80s. So I just this is I know I retired about a couple years ago, and of course that didn't last for very long because I ended up coming back as the AD here, and then the school really was going through some big changes, coaching wise, player wise, and the university said, "Hey, coach, we really need you to be in that driver's seat and help us." They wanted to still be in that national profile there and whatnot, and I just decided, like, okay, I can come back here and help help you guys recruit and all that kind of stuff, help raise money with the boosters and all that kind of stuff. After over the course of time, I just thought, like, hey, we got to, I gotta I got other irons in the fire that I need to prioritize more so. But again, I want to thank all the players, this current team, not to mention any players that I've had coached with in the past. I know a lot of people talk about coaching trees, and I know I have a pretty good extensive one, and I'm so proud of those players that have gone on to play on the next level. If not played, then they're coaches themselves, assistant coaches, head coaches, coordinators, all that kind of stuff. And I'm very proud of those young men, and I wish the best for them. This has been a fun ride. But unfortunately, the time for that ride to come to an end, and I wanted to do this myself. This is my decision, like I said. Talking with family, my wife said, if you want to retire again and retire permanently, that's your business. I'm with you 100%. I appreciate that, Tanya. Thank you so much. I love you. I decided that today that this was it, and that I want to move on to some other projects, and most importantly, just be able to spend time with my family. I got quite a few grandkids. Some of my, I see them obviously. A lot of them I don't see too often, but I feel like kids grow up so fast, and I missed out on a lot of my own kids' lives, and I told myself I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that to my grandkids. So, but thank you, everyone, for all the love and support. Even if you've not been a fan of mine, a fan of me and my coaching and all that kind of stuff, I support that as well. Sometimes you gotta take the love, you gotta take the hate along with the love that you get. So I want to thank everyone for supporting me. But like I said, I'm gonna still be around, but I won't be around as a coach or as a as an AD, more of someone that will occasionally contribute as a consultant and stuff like that. So thank you so much, and again, I want to thank everyone out there. Everyone from the president of the universities that I've been to, former coaches, players, staff, you name it. Thank you so much. Right now, I'll take a few questions before we end this. But thank you, everybody. You all know I don't do press that often, and nothing against the press or anything like that. I'm just not that great at being in front of the cameras and behind this microphone and stuff like that. So thank you all so much for the love and support for over the last 25 years. And thank you again. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the career I've had, and like I said, I'm ready to move on and find other joys in my life. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode here of the Highland Scotties Teambuilder Dynasty here at the Scottie Sports Talk. And this is episode number 8. And unfortunately, this is going to be the finale. As you've seen there right before the start of the video here, that was Coach Bonds talking about letting us know that he is going to retire, which we all knew that this day was going to be coming up here. And of course, we're moving on after a great performance there against Penn State for the national championship. Scotties now will have to move on without Coach Bonds and his leadership here here at Highland. And of course, he mentioned that his next successor will be somebody that is familiar with the team and, of course, familiar with what's going on here. But they'll make that decision here within the next 30 days or so. There was more of the press conference there that we'll talk about here in just a bit, but it was. I know he was a bit choked up about it, and it was really tough, for him to go up there and make that speech. But he wanted to go on his own way, and I think with a win like this one they got against Penn State, it was definitely a well-deserved championship win there for him, and of course for the team as well. So with that being said, Coach Bonds, I talked to him a little bit more about the future for him, and he says, it's unknown, but he wants to spend his remaining years with his family, and of course, be around his grandchildren, who he says are just growing up too fast because he missed out a lot of his own children's lives at times, and he does not want to do that to his grandkids. So I have to respect that, as you got to respect that. If you have children, they do grow up pretty fast, and you miss out on a lot of things there, especially when you're working on a high profile job like this here at in college football, especially nowadays. We just want to say thank you to Coach Bonds for his commitment here at Highland, as well as working with us. Even though I know there's times that he does not like to be, like he said in the interview there, or that press conference there. Yeah, he doesn't really, not a big fan of being in front of the camera or behind the mic. But I personally, I do work with him from every single week to kind of pick his brain about what's going on with the team and what his strategy is for each game, as we do cover them here on the channel. And of course, it's a good conversation there. There's a lot of I've learned a lot from him, talking to him, and about what his coaching approach is to he's a player's coach, and he does a lot of great things for these young men and young women that are part of his staff, and not just the players, but his staff and his his coordinators, his assistant coaches, all that kind of stuff. Great individual, and he's definitely going to be missed. So we're taking a look at some of the final numbers here of the season. As Singer, of course, he had 23 interceptions, 29 touchdowns, but I think with his first year really being the behind the under center here and really taking control, I think he's going to get better. I think those numbers will his interceptions will definitely drastically cut down, as they are working on the better offensive line. And not to mention, he had, like, from prior to the year before, he only had a couple of games underneath his belt. This year he took really took over after the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, and it's really blossomed as a quarterback. Receiver wise, there you got Dumars, Parks, who else? Finney, Benson, who all did a great job there. Parks, I think, besides him and Good, are the only two that really didn't have double figures. But Singer did a great job there of really moving the ball around, throwing it around to different receivers and giving them opportunities to be a part of the game and get them involved as well. That's just great work there from him. And as we did spread the ball quite a bit around here, of course, there was times too that we did run up the score We could have easily brought in some second string guys to get some experience, which we did for certain games. But then other games, it's like, okay, these are our rivals. We gotta stick it to them. Not gonna lie, we gotta show why we're the dominant team over them, and until they prove otherwise there. But of course, our defense by far in the 2 years that we played in this series, it's been the huge focal point of this series. You got Barr, Wolfork, who's been just a dominant figure on that team, and then you got role players like O'Quinn, Locklear, Dillsworth. Actually, Dillsworth, I would say he's probably one of the top guy, one of the main guys there, because he definitely stepped up this year. Belmont, Mayberry, Forbes, all these guys. You see O'Quinn, he's a freshman redshirt guy. He's got the most sacks of the season, 24.5 for him, which was just crazy. He even outdid Wolfork, who's been on the team. He's played all 4 years here at Highland. So we definitely have some stars here. And of course, the tricky part, like I said, every time we do an off season here, is who is going to be leaving and who is going to be staying. Because the ones you think are going to be sticking around here, they might end up saying, nope, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, in this case, especially nowadays, they're going to probably, especially if they're not getting playing time, they're going to want to leave. Others are going to be like, I'm going to go to the NFL and I'm going to, do my thing there, which is tough, but at the same time, especially if they are, a guy you believe that, as a, for my rule is, if their first round pick, like what you'll see here in a bit, we'll have someone leaving here early. Their first round pick, I'm just gonna like, yeah, go ahead and go. You can, I'm not gonna convince you to stay here. You gotta go out there and make your money. So go do your thing. But then there's other guys that I feel like, what, we could try to get a better projection for you if you come back at least another year and play, and not to mention get some more playing time. Just get get seasoned a little bit more in your position there. So those guys, guys that are, projected third, fourth round, fifth round, I feel like, hey, you know what, you contribute to the team a lot. I want to see you do even better and get a better opportunity to get a higher, spot in that next season's draft. I'm gonna try to do my best to convince them to stay, but other than that, a lot of times I just don't let them. I don't really try to convince them. I'm like, okay, gonna let you go do your thing, and see how well you do on the next level, and we wish you and try, support you as best you can. Like Coach Bond says, he's been doing that a little over now 25 years now, and have hundreds of, almost thousands of players that he is that instead of him touching their lives, they've actually touched his. And I think that was so awesome of him, letting them know about that, and then how he feels about how that their time with him was precious and dear to him, and he appreciates that, and vice versa. So but there you see the final top 25 there, and of course there you see the standings. Of course, we were at the top of the standings here in the Big 12. Now, if we were going, which we'll see here in a bit, if we were going to a season 3 in this particular series, we will have divisions. Now, in the new series that we'll have on here on the channel on College Football 26, we will have divisions. We'll go back to the old divisions there, and of course, we will be doing some realistic, realignment when it comes to conferences, and then also too, I have some ideas of possible conferences that could be that we could see in the near future, because there's a lot of talk about teams moving around. I know one of the schools that have been talked about the most is Florida State, because there is an issue with them. Most recently, I heard a rumor too that Georgia Tech was thinking about leaving ACC as well and going back to the Southeast Conference, which is SEC, going back to that conference again, like they did many years ago. But I am looking at possibly, obviously the Mountain West is going to be a lot of their teams are going to be absorbed, or so I think also to a couple of Conference USA or Sun Belt schools are going to go to the Pac-12. So Oregon and Oregon State and Washington won't be alone there. They'll have a conference. They'll have I think another 6 more teams there, so they'll have a total of 8. So not enough for divisions, but enough to have a decent sized conference for themselves. But yeah, in the future we will be going to in future series when it comes to college football. We will definitely be going back to divisions. I'll try to do my best to make sure that rivalries are still intact, and all that good stuff there when it comes to rules and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, for the most part here, if we're going to season 3, you'll see here and later on in the video that we do have some divisions and move some teams around as well. But the question is, and you'll see at the end of the video here what school we're going to go to next. And of course, in that video or that series, we'll have a coach. And I'm not going to name who the coach is, but we'll have a coach in line. And it may be a brand new coach. It may be a coach that we've never seen before. I do have a couple of names and stuff to kick around. Also, too, I also have it could be a coach that could be a former coordinator with us in this series or another series that we've had here on the channel. So, got a lot of different candidates for it. Of course, that series will be, your typical trying to rebuild the dynasty and kind of bring that school back, or in other cases maybe they've never been a powerhouse, a full powerhouse, and now they have the inklings of being one, and that is what we're going to be working with coming up in the next series here on this channel. So but I am not going to be completely done with college football 25, as we will continue to have the coaching carousel with Matt Marvel for a while. And then we'll eventually, at some point, I think we'll eventually have him on Madden, or it's not Madden. We'll have him on College Football 26. We'll recreate him in that. I kind of wish in the EA, if you're listening, which I doubt it, but if you are, or if someone from EA, or if somebody's watching this that has somebody that is friends with somebody from EA. Can we find a way how we can, take our coaching, or at least our coaching profile, our coach and whatever, and move him from game to game, or whatever the case may be. Because I wish, because I hate recreating my coaches, and I kind of want to keep the same stats and all that kind of stuff from game to game and whatnot. So if there any way we can do that, do year-to-year saves in that sort of way, that'd be very, very helpful. But it is what it is. It's just something, food for thought. Maybe in the future we can do something like that, or at least you could do this, something for us for that in the future there for us. But as we take a look here, we're looking at some of the All-Americans. And of course, you got quite a few Highland Scotties here that have had a great season. And of course, majority of these players we will actually see. I am working on a draft class, so a lot of these players that are going out for the draft will be a part of that draft class, and they'll be the first draft class you'll see in our new Madden series here on the channel, which we will be, if not, I think it's already been announced already by the time this video comes out. So if you know, but that new Madden series, we will have some players from this. It'll be a combination from this series, also from the I almost said it, the new series for NCAA 26. But it'll be from that series, from this series, as well as our coaching carousels with both Matt Marvel and for Sheldon Sherman, which is on the second channel. Definitely go check that out. Been a lot of fun playing as Utah State and building their defense and trying to build their credibility and their rep there in the Mountain West, soon to be in the Pac-12. Because like I said, we're having the same similar conferences and divisions that we're having in the new series. That'll be the new, traditional series for college football in 26. It would be similar that we're doing in the coach carousel with Simon, or with Sheldon Sherman there. So definitely go check that out. I'll leave something in the eye there, or actually should be a link down below in the description for all the series that we're especially when it comes to college football. All of them should be there. But yeah, eventually, also too, we'll also have not just players from this series, from the new college football 26 series, the Dynasty on this main channel, but also coaching carousels as well, and from the 2 Road to Glories. We'll also insert our Road to Glory characters in those future draft classes. So whenever they do go for instance, like Bryce or PJ Shiloh, whenever they do go to Madden, the Madden game, then they will be, once we port them over, then I will recreate them in the future draft class, and you guys can obviously use them and draft them if you want to in your Madden series as well. So I have been writing down, or at least transcribing what their final numbers are and stuff like that, so I can implement them into draft classes there. And of course, I do have some players as well as I want to put in the game there that are, I guess you could say they're a lot of college. They're not necessarily Division I players, but there may be they'll play from division, like small Division I schools or Division II schools. So look out for that future draft classes as well. I've been working on those for quite a bit now here, and still working on those as we'll be getting into those Madden games as well. It's been a really crazy time trying to get a lot of stuff done here, and of course working on so many different series because now NBA 2K's out now, and I've been getting into playing that again, and also FIFA or FC is coming out here very soon, and of course we got a lot of FC content, a little bit on this channel also, but a lot more on the second channel, getting that ready as we get ready for 26 there on ESGNet plus LP. But as we take a look here at some staff moves as well, as of course, some people are on the hot seat, and they're not going to be seeing their time at this school. Their time might be up, as we see a lot of schools firing a lot of few head coaches I've seen so far on this list, but a lot of offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators there. So it's really similar to real life. A lot of people are going to be getting the pink slip and told that they're no longer working there. So fortunately that happens, but I'm sure they'll find their way of getting a new position somewhere else and getting a chance to work. You see there's also a few coaches here are actually going to the NFL as well. So a lot of a lot of them are making that jump to go to the NFL. Okay, so as we take a look at some of those, you see a lot of coaches also too are being hired as well. So that coaching carousel that we're, of course, we haven't been fired yet from any of my coaching carousels I've done with the two that I got on the channel right now on both channels. So far, we have not seen that yet, but can easily happen to us as well. So, and then you see we, of course, hired 2 new staff members as well. There you see Jared Stevens and, of course, Ubrick. There are new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators. And unfortunately, we will not have our head coach because Coach Bonds is going to retire, and he is going to move on to bigger and better things. But I did talk to Coach Bonds about his future a little bit more after the press conference there, and I asked him more about that being a consultant. He's done that for us before here at Highland, and I told him, would he do that for other schools or other organizations in football, like when it comes to professional wise and everything. And he said, yeah. He said there was a good chance that he's already gotten offers already to a few NFL teams. I think a couple of, I think he said precisely there was 2 or 3 CFL teams there in Canada that have been wanting his expertise and his thoughts about building a team and what they need to do and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, Highland has been offering him a consulting position there. It's gonna be more so. He said, I told him, are you gonna have to be on campus or is this a kind of a remote thing where you work from home, or you occasionally come on campus? Kind of a 50-50. You occasionally show up on campus, maybe on game day or or whatever. But he says more remote. It's more of a that he's going to be at home. A lot of Zoom calls, that kind of stuff. Getting talking to the coaches, and occasionally he said he'll be there in person to to have conversations with coaches and all that kind of stuff there. So it's a little bit of everything, and so he's really happy about that because, like I said, he gives him time to be home, be with the family, and of course, have a chance to kind of freelance and do other things besides even I even talked to him about maybe coaching, maybe part-time or something like that in high school's there, and he says he's been even offered that as well. So he's got a lot on his plate. He's got a lot of options to go with, and like I said, we all wish him the best. Fortunately, we can't have him around for we're not able to have him around here for another year, and bring another championship hopefully to the organization. But it is what it is, and like I said, he's looking. Not saying he's not been happy, but there's something about his aura that he just looked at peace, at rest, and ready to just make that next step in his life. I mean, he is like, what is he, 61, 62 years of age? So he's he's up there in age, and he's ready to finally kind of slow down and go and be active in other ways of football. And that was another thing, talking to him about that. He says he wants to stay close to football as much as he possibly can, because this has been something he's had, playing football ever since he was a kid himself. Ever since he was in junior high and playing high school, and then of course went to a junior college, which was this here at Highland at the time, and then moved on to Nebraska, and of course never did go pro, but did take a lot of coaching jobs for high school, and then eventually, junior colleges, and then finally got the opportunity to be a head coach as where he graduated from, which was Nebraska, and kind of took over that program and really made it something special there for Nebraska Cornhuskers fans. I was talking to him about that, and he said he's been offered, from Nebraska, as well as working with their, alumni office and their coach, their, as not necessarily athletic director, but assistant athletic director, and working with not just with the football team, but also working for several, the men and women's basketball, softball, baseball, all that kind of stuff there. So, there's a lot for him to do. He's a man with, pretty much there's a lot of doors open up for him, and all he has to do is just walk through one of them and pretty much have the job or position that he's wanting, because he's being loved by so many. As you take a look here, we got some commitments as well that are coming in here, and there was another thing I talked to him about, with some of these players that are coming in, and he said, if they wanted to change, they wanted to leave for whatever, for the simple fact that he was not going to be there, or because a lot of kids do kind of go based off the coach and what that coach can do, and what the coach has, not necessarily promised, but said, hey, there's opportunity, I can help you with this or that. And Coach Bond says he's going to commit, he's going to stay with that. He's going to stay committed to that. He's going to, make sure these young men, what he said that he can help them get and do, he's going to try to do his best to honor his word on that. And so he's very happy that a lot of these kids decide they're going to stay and they're going to continue here. And he is going to keep a close watch on them and their career in the school, but only from a distance. Coach Bonds, there's a lot of good commitments here. A lot of these kids want to show up here and play. And I'm very happy to see that we got some really good young talent, especially to these skills players here, that it's going to be, they're going to be very helpful for us in our offense. So I mentioned again the custom conferences here. It's like I said, if we were doing a season 3, this is what the conferences will look like here. So you got the American, you got the East and the West there, and then you got ACC, you got ACC North, ACC South. That's what we're just kind of calling it right now. And then you got some changes here. You got UConn now joining them. They're part of the ACC North, and then of course the Big Ten. I was thinking about maybe bringing back one or actually two of the former Pac-12 schools that have come back, but I decided, let's stay in the ACC or the Big Ten there for a while. And I know like Cal and Stanford, I was thinking about bringing back at some point, maybe in the new series, maybe somewhere down the line, like we get to seasons 5, 6, or 7, something like that. And once we get really deep into it, then maybe have them come back into the Pac-12 there. So, and I made a little note of that. It reminded myself to do that at some point in the upcoming series and other series as well. But there you see, just like I said, we're just bringing back the divisions there. I'm just old school. I just like having divisions, having obviously the new format for a lot of these is basically the top 2 school, it could be 2 teams from the same conference or same division, and they go play, the best of the best get to face each other for the conference championship. But this year I just want to kind of do it this way and just have some little bit of a throwback of whatnot. Of what college football used to be like when I was in college. This was really cool to set up here. And of course, nowadays geography doesn't really matter, but at the same time, I kind of want to throw some, throw a little bit of some fun in there and some craziness. Maybe somewhere down the line there will definitely really shake it up. And I see a lot of people doing what I was doing back in the original Highland Scotties series, which they're doing a lot of relegation. So they're having a sister, like in my series back then, for instance, the Big 12, their sister conference was, I think it was the American. So when you had two of the best teams in the American play really well, they would be relegated or be promoted to the Big 12, and then the worst two teams two teams or one team each from both divisions. So one from the South, one from the North will get demoted or at least relegated down to the American. And it was fun. It was fun doing that because you had a lot of different shakeups. You had different matchups every year, and it kept you really on your toes who you were playing. I remember the Hilltoppers were kind of very annoying when they got promoted. It's like, oh, it's like you guys really are, gonna play me like that? Like, okay, challenge. I accept the challenge. It was really fun doing that. It was some crazy mix, crazy, gameplay and just the standings and all that kind of stuff were just really unique and different. It was a lot of fun being challenged that way. So as you take a look here, looking at some of the All-Americans there, and of course, there you see, one of my Nebraska guys up there, Riola, he's up there, nice. And then, of course, our Highland Scotties guys there that you see who are coming back this year. These are your preseason All-Americans. So we'll hopefully see these guys become having a good year. You see Singer, of course, it'll be his senior year as he'll be the starter for the Scotties in Season 3. And we'll see how well he does if we were playing a Season 3 there. Like I said, I was trying my best to get at least, ideally I would try to get 5 seasons into the game. And I know in the future series here, we're going to try to, speed it up some. I will say that I do already have I think I have half of the season of the new Dynasty already up on YouTube. So as soon as this video airs, you'll know who the next team will be, and then within a couple of days you'll see that first the intro episode, and then we'll get right into that series as well. So but yeah, this was a fun series. Like I said, you guys, maybe sometime in the future we can come back to it and have a continuation as well with this, maybe with not necessarily with Coach Bonds, but maybe one of his former players, maybe Singer, maybe one of his Avery, or maybe somebody back from back in the day, like Sheldon Sherman or any other player that really was a huge fan favorite or one of my personal favorites in this series could come back and be the head coach here at Highland. But yeah, we'll definitely somewhere down the line here, I'm sure we'll bring back this series in a future, if not this series, not maybe this game, but maybe in a future college football game at some point. But I definitely would love to do this series, continue doing this series, because it's been a lot of fun playing this. But next series I want to do with an actual real school that that has by far one of my favorite schools to play as, and one of my favorite schools to go visit. I actually got to go visit this school a while back, a couple months ago when I was on vacation. So if you know, it was on my Instagram. It's on the channel's Instagram. So if you know. But that's it for me, you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on the channel with the next series coming up, and of course all our series here on not just on this main channel, but also on our second channel over on ESGNet plus LP. Thank you guys for the love and support, and stick around for the next series, which you'll find out here very, very soon. But again, Scottie Nation, Dog Pound, get ready as we get ready for the next series and the next journey we'll be on in college football and in college football 26. As always, keep yourselves each other healthy, and I will see you all next time. Hello? Who is this? Hey, Coach. This is the athletic director here at Nebraska, Troy Denning. Oh, hey, Troy. How you doing? I haven't heard from you for a long time. Yeah. It's been a while. It's been about a month or so now. Coach Bonds, I really need to talk to you. What's going on? Well, we want to know. We really need you. We really want to talk to you, and we believe that you're a good choice for our school. When it comes down simply to it, we really need you to come back home.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.